Ready to take the next step in your education or career? The Warren Forest Higher Education Council offers affordable career training, certification, and seminar programs right here at home. With flexible classes designed for busy schedules, you can advance your future without leaving the region. Your future starts here. Learn more today at high-ed.org or call 814-723-3222. The Warren Forest High Ed Council, your access to lifelong learning. Founded in 1978 and headquartered in Warren, Pennsylvania General Energy has become a leading oil and natural gas producer in the Appalachian Basin. PGE is a proud and growing organization making positive contributions to the region's economy and environment. We are equally proud of our commitment to safety and environmental programs. PGE is a strong, family-oriented company that believes in giving back to the communities in which we live, work, and play. PGE, producing the energy we need, protecting the environment we treasure.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and a Conversation. Been a bit of an extended break as we get through the spring playoffs here at your daily local. Brian Hagberg with you, along with our guest this week, Amy Sandberg of Community Connections. And I want to give a shout out to High Ed for allowing us use of their classroom space. I can talk today as we record another episode of Coffee and a Conversation. And Amy, first of all, thank you for taking some time, and a pleasure to have you on the show. You've got some moments to live up to. Your husband Nate was our most recent guest on Coffee and a Conversation, and views kind of went through the roof. And I know he was bragging to me a little bit about how he was going to outdo you on the views on this. So you got to make sure to share and tell everybody, hey, I got to do better than Nate.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah. But importantly, let's talk about Community Connections. Just explain a little bit about what that program is and what some of your goals are with it.
Yes. So we started the program actually a year ago in March. A little background. I am an occupational therapist in Warren. I do work for the hospital. So if I'm a familiar face, That is probably why. I also was raised in Warren, from Warren, went to school, came back to Warren. So building up the Warren community is very, important to me. Bringing the skills that I learned in school is important, bringing that back to our community. So as an occupational therapist, obviously I use my skills in my job, but I want to use those skills outside my job into, building the community as well. So about a year ago, I decided that I wanted to start trying to build this program. And so the idea of Community Connections is it's very abstract in a sense, but also very direct, I guess. So it's kind of hard to fully explain, but the idea is to provide more resources for young adults and adults in the Warren and surrounding communities that are living with or experiencing any type of disability, whether it be cognitive, physical, any disability that they are experiencing, having a hard time with, needing help with, or just wanting to build more community, giving them a space to come and connect. Very direct name.
Right. Yeah.
That's where the directness comes in. Having a place to come and connect with others in the community that are experiencing similar things, and also giving them that space to connect with individuals like me that are trained and have the ability to connect them with different resources in the community that can help build the quality of their life in Warren. As all of us living in the Warren community, we know that it is a great community, but we are always looking for more.
Sure, yeah. Nobody's perfect, right? There's always room to improve.
Yes, we have great resources in Erie and Jamestown and Pittsburgh, but it's nice to bring things close to home.
Sure.
So when I was in school, I went to school in Pittsburgh, and so I learned all of these really great community-based services and things to do with adults with a varying amount, various disabilities in the Pittsburgh community, and different organizations that can help in different, communities, small communities that have been built up to kind of connect with those resources. And so then when I came home back to Warren, I really wanted to kind of continue that. So that's kind of the background of, Community Connections. So a year ago in March, I kind of took all of that experience that I had and did kind of a needs assessment for Warren. We just had a little meeting. Anybody was welcome in the community. We just kind of sat down. I kind of got, whoever came, just kind of, hey, what experiences are you living with? What experiences do you want to have in your life? Again, this is very broad, but, is there a certain experience you want to do? Or is there something in your life that is lacking and you want help with? And so I took all of that and then made this program. So as of right now, it's still kind of in the beginning steps. That's why this is very like a drawn out response. So right now our program is really the biggest biggest goal right now is the biggest, I guess, mindset is building community. So our group is community first. We're building this social group once a month. And then also in that we're learning things as well. So in our group in our sessions, there is this community building aspect and then some type of learning along with that, whether we're bringing a organization in from the community to teach us something, or I, as an occupational therapist, am taking, a need that was identified from a group member and then turning that into kind of like a learning experience. So again, it's really hard to like bring it into one's kind of aspect, but that in a nutshell is kind of what Community Connections is.
And so if I'm remembering correctly, I know you had put some information out about some of the goals and things, but it's not just like, helping with like activities of daily living. This is like enrichment and, doing things beyond just the basic everyday, right?
Yes. Again, it's kind of what we want it to be. So we have done some of those like daily tasks. We've done cooking classes. We've done health classes. We've actually have had like Pound come in, the Pound class in the community. We've also done, like, we just recently did a game night. We're just like, hey, we all have cabin fever. We just want to laugh and have fun. So we just did a game night. We've done something as simple as just having a Thanksgiving party. So, it's really run the gamut of, really specific, honing in on specific, self-care, learning skills, and then also just having fun and just, building up our community.
Sure. Well, and like you said, probably, a big part of that is just meeting other people within the community and getting rid of some, you mentioned the cabin fever, but even just, getting rid of some of that isolation maybe that people are feeling, correct?
Yes. We've had some people join our group that really the biggest step is just getting out and just, hey, I just want to, come to a space where I feel welcome and that's inclusive for the needs that I have. But also just, like you said, just kind of going somewhere where there's no pressure to do X, Y, or Z, just build community. And so we, that's something that I really stress in my group. I feel like we do a really good job of having that mindset of we're very informal, we're formal where we need to be, I guess, but it's very informal of, everybody, we're very inclusive, we're very friendly, we're very welcome. So everybody feels, come as you are type of, community or vibe, I guess you could say.
And at least part of this has been working with the Don Mills Center, right?
Yes.
And how has that kind of partnership come together, and how did that all formulate?
Yes. So I've been very fortunate from Don Mills. They have been the one kind of funding my program and also helping me with space. So they are really the foundation that really has helped Community Connections grow. So I really appreciate everything that they do. So applauding to them. But with my partnership with Don Mills, obviously they help me with the funding so that, at our monthly meetings, we can have food, or if we want to, like, for example, when we did the cooking class, I was able to get like ingredients and things like that, so we could actually make something instead of just like talk about it.
You're right.
I'm obviously more than willing, as running this, to do whatever I need to, but obviously money does have a limit, so it's really nice being funded, supported by somebody financially, so that we don't have that limit.
Right. Yeah.
So that has been nice, but also they give us a consistent space. Don Mills gives us a consistent space that we are able to work in.
Yeah.
So we're always in the same spot. So we're always in the Don Mills, the Key Moments, like gym. That's where we always meet. So it's nice because everybody knows where to go.
Yeah.
We have talked about, as we're into our second year now, I guess you could say, as we get a little more fancy, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if we want to do, like we've talked about a fishing trip or something, or something outside of, our space, we can do that too.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice to kind of have a place to call home. So Don Mills has been very helpful in that.
I would think that just the continuity, like you said, of, every month we're going to be, in at this time, at this location, that's got to help kind of build that community, because people know where they're going.
Yes. And so obviously with this being a community program, my goal and our goal as a group is to infiltrate into the community more, but it's nice to have that space to call home as well.
And so, you mentioned that doing like some cooking and things like that, but what are some of the things, I guess, in your vision? You mentioned maybe doing like a fishing trip or some kind of thing, but kind of your pie in the sky. What would be some ideal opportunities coming up in the next couple of years?
Yeah, so we've kind of tossed around a couple ideas. So obviously there's the interest areas that, of our group that I have kind of thought about. So obviously just from a social end, we've started to kind of find these, like, I don't want to say like niches is the word, but I guess like, I don't know if like starting like a gaming group or something, because everybody's into, I am not a video game person, so I will need somebody to help me. But everybody's in my group, most of the part, is into video games. So like, I don't know if like starting like a gaming group, but something, I don't know, like making social groups off of my group, I guess, is something I've thought about. A really big goal of mine too is because in our meetings as well, family members, close friends, support staff, anybody that is very intertwined with the individual that is coming, is more than welcome to stay. And they most always do. And so not only am I, there to help the individual, but also their family and their support staff. So I've also really taken the needs of the outside circle as well, and tried to work with that. So we've talked about, getting a financial planner in, because I know a lot of individuals have expressed to me, wanting to be more independent and kind of making those connections with the outside, more community of, what providers in our, what servicers in our area would be open to working with an individual that might need, a little bit more explanation or a different way of, a different lens of going about, learning this life skill of like financial planning or apartment living or something like that. And so, I guess finding like specific people in the community that I can like look out to, and then connect. I've been really trying to like find those people. Also connecting with different like organizations. I know that like I've been trying to, now that we've kind of really started to build our foundation, now that we're like a year in, different groups in the community that are known. Like I know, I I've been chatting with the bocce team and things like that. And so, or like, you know, the Special Olympics or the, you know, programs at the Y. So trying to like really get that kind of going. We're like, hey, we're now this established group, and there are established groups out in the community.
Right.
Let's kind of partner together. And so those have kind of been big things, like building those community connections for me. No pun intended. Another thing that I've chatted about with like JCC is their occupational therapy assistant program. As we get bigger, actually partnering with them to get some occupational therapy assistant students over to us to kind of help facilitate as well. Because
that'd be a great opportunity.
Yes. So I've talked to, you know, like with their program coordinator and things like that once we get bigger. Because right now, like I've been like, yeah, that'd be great, but you know, we're still a little small.
Right.
But so, you know, pulling in those professional opportunities as well for other providers from that end. So we have a lot of goals. You know, it's all in, you know, the, I guess, dreaming big, but working step by step. So
well, yeah, and that's, I mean, you know, kind of the same thing. I had somebody ask the other day, oh, what's, you know, where do you see yourselves in 5 years? And it's like, well, I have this grand vision, but you know, you got to start here and take the next step. And you know, it certainly sounds like you're well on the way to getting a lot of those things accomplished. And it certainly seems like an exciting time for community connections right now.
Yes. And something that, and I don't know, do you have like a place you can like link stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. I actually did, again, because we're in like I'm kind of in my brain putting us in like this like first year. I just recently created a survey. We do have a Facebook page for Community Connections. It's just called Community Connections, which I can give you that too. But I can give you the link for the survey that I created to try and help boost this too in those same areas I just said of, you know, if obviously the people that have been consistently coming to my program, how can I make things better? People that maybe have come once and then maybe are like, maybe not for me. What could I do different to get you back in? And then people that have been on the fence, what can I do to draw you in? Like what has held you back? And then also kind of questions in there for people in the community that, you know, maybe are listening to this right now that are like, what is Community Connections? You know, if you have any questions on like what this is, or, you know, also, hey, if you're a person in the community that is listening to this or saw that survey and was like, oh, I think I can help in X, Y, or Z way, how to contact me. So I'll definitely give you that link.
And so if you're watching this right now, we're recording this episode. So I will put those links. If you go to the post at yourdailylocal.com right now, the Coffee and a Conversation with Amy Sandberg post, those links will be right below the video embed within that post. You can check those out right now.
Perfect. So that'd be very helpful for me because I'm more than open to any feedback and any connection. So,
all right, with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 90 seconds with more Coffee and a Conversation right here on Your Daily.
Here at the Warren County Chamber of Business and Industry, we like to focus on our community, help our local businesses expand and succeed.
Why join WCCBI? Not only do we offer a way for local businesses to grow and prosper, but we also provide business development, community involvement, and member benefits.
Becoming a member of WCCBI includes benefits such as networking and ribbon cutting.
Become a member or to see additional information, visit WCCBI.org today.
For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com.
In every heartbeat, every helping hand, every moment of care, Warren General Hospital stands as a cornerstone of our community. For generations, families have trusted us to be here today, tomorrow, and always. We're transforming community health and wellness through excellence in quality, safety, service, engagement, and patient experience. Warren General Hospital.
Jeez.
You're right. And welcome back to Coffee and a Conversation. Brian Hagberg on your Daily Local. Our guest this week, Amy Sandberg of Community Connections, and caught her coming out of the end of the commercial break there. But you mentioned right before we went to break getting feedback from people in the community at large. But the people that have attended so far and are regular attendees, what kind of feedback have you gotten from them about how things have gone so far?
Yeah, it's actually been, very enlightening and very, like I'm learning from them too. But it's been very Monday mornings, words are escaping me, but I'll get to things that have stuck with me. They look forward to it we meet at a specific time every month. They're always looking forward to it. They've all exchanged numbers. I don't know if they necessarily have met outside of here, but they are connecting socially outside of here, or outside of my program. I have, my program, they have said, has helped them build confidence. And, someone came to me, we were talking about, goals they want to set for themselves. And they were talking about how they want to find a job. And so then a couple sessions later, they're coming to me with a resume that they started working on, and asked me if I could be
It's Monday.
Yes.
Just kind of review the resume and
then
provide feedback as a reference.
Yeah. There we go.
See,
We
get there
eventually.
Yeah.
Yes. A reference. I've had people that one of our first sessions, we did like a health and wellness and like how we could set like a goal for us. We did that's when Pound came, and we did like an exercise program. And then we talked about healthy goals and things like that. And we talked about setting a healthy goal for ourselves for the month, and how to track healthy goals and to be realistic with it and things like that. And this isn't, this individual necessarily wasn't, parents and everything were like, we'll see. We'll see if we'll carry through with it for the month. Came back, blew that goal out of the water, and added like a couple more, and was so proud. A couple of people have, found their voices, a lot more confidence, things like that. And another, like a recent situation where, since I have some younger adult, again, I'm not going to tell you not to come.
Sure.
For age. I've actually had like an 8-year-old come once. And I recently had somebody that was 80 ask me if they could come, and I was like, sure. Everybody's welcome. So we have a couple individuals that are in high school. And so they were talking about how they want to join the culinary program. And that was a goal they wanted to set for themselves. And then like 4 people raised their hands and were like, we either did the culinary program or we know all about the culinary program. And so it was like, bam, there's some connections there to help you. And so it's one of those things that, like, I don't know, I don't feel like I did anything like grand. Sure, I just feel like I just put all these people in one space.
But sometimes that's all it takes.
And then they took it off, like they took off by themselves.
Just getting the right people together in the room. I mean, it's amazing just as you look throughout history, just getting the right people together in a room has led to great things. And even on a scale of just somebody was able to achieve goals for themselves, or realize, hey, I can do the culinary program and be part of it, and get some help in figuring out how to do those things. That kind of confidence building, like you said, can really be immeasurable for somebody throughout their life.
So I guess I just take pride in me setting that safe space for everybody and that supportive space, and all of my members, they just do it for themselves. So it's been great.
And so we've mentioned you have regular monthly meetings. Where and when?
Yes. So we meet monthly at Don Mills, like I said, it's technically the Key Moments Daycare. We meet in the gym. I usually have a big sign out that says like community connections, although this time of year it's been dark, so I don't have in the budget for a nice little light. I should get that's what I should get Nathan out with a flashlight.
You just stand there and hold that flashlight on the side.
If you get less, if I get less views with him, then he has to, or I get more views.
There
with
you
him.
go. Yeah. See?
But yeah, we meet in the gym. It's usually every last Monday of the month. So I should have looked before this with the last Monday of March is, but it's always the last Monday of the month from 6 to 8. Because that's when we're able to have the space.
Quick math. I think it's the 30th.
Yep.
So,
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
But for confirmation, like I said, we do have a Facebook page. And I always make a flyer for the monthly meeting, with the date, the time, the place, excuse me, but also kind of what we're going to do.
Okay. Do you know what you're doing for March?
So we've been trying to get the bocce team to come teach us, and the modified bocce team, or the unified bocce team, excuse me, to come show us kind of the ropes and also kind of what makes up unified
Fresh off
bocce.
their first playoff appearance.
Right. So we were supposed to come in February, but then they were so grand and they went to playoffs. So
I guess that's an acceptable reason.
Right.
To push.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So we're hoping to get them to us in March. So that's what my hope is, but I need to confirm with Coach. And
if you need to learn more about unified bocce, you can go check out. We live streamed a couple of their matches, their home matches. Go back to our YouTube channel for Your Daily Local and just look up unified bocce, and you'll find that. And it's I was blown away. I mean, we did the first one a year ago, and just the excitement that was in the gym, and especially because they play right after school, so getting the number of people not school related that come to these matches was really impressive, and the atmosphere was fantastic, and those kids do a great job, and Kayla's done a fantastic job with that program.
Yes. So, our hope is for March to get Coach Kayla, who's also an OT, the unified bocce team over to us to kind of teach us the ropes and, show us what unified bocce is all about. So you'll have to check the flyer to see if we are able to confirm with the
and good for that. They're building that further. They're now going to have a team at Beatty, and they've expanded unified sports to track and field this spring. So that's fantastic. I got another opportunity. You can maybe bring the track and field team and
absolutely
learn some unified track and field.
Yes. So that's where we always meet, and I try my best to get the flyer out a couple weeks prior. It all depends on if I have a special guest coming to do something, when they can commit, when we can finalize things. So but if you ever have any questions, my contact information is always on the flyer. You can call, text, email. I put every possible form of connection on there.
Which all of that will also be in the post. If you're watching, check out the Coffee and a Conversation post at yourdailylocal.com, and we'll have all of that contact information there as well.
Yes. So yep.
So if somebody who wants to be part of Community Connections, check out the flyers, go to the meetings. What if there's somebody out there that's either a caregiver or maybe another OT somewhere, just wants to come help out, or is there a way for them to do that as well, and how would they do that?
Yeah. I said, my main goal is to build community, make it a safe, comfortable space for everybody, an inclusive space. So if anybody out there in whatever capacity or means wants to help or has an idea, whether you're a provider, an OT, a speech therapist, physical therapist,
if you want to share your passion,
anybody out there, or if you are, a caregiver or anybody in the disability world, you don't have to have a disability to come to my group. Anybody, feel free to show up. If you are unsure, you can by all means just, shoot me a message by any of the contacts below or that we provide you. But by all means, everybody's welcome and whatever capacity you bring. So, and we'll find a way to get you connected.
And like you said, you can check out Community Connections on Facebook. Just search Community Connections Warren, PA, probably, and get set up, follow the page there, and see all the great things that are happening. And Amy, I want to thank you again so much for taking some time with us today and explaining this program. And it sounds like a wonderful resource for the community. And we certainly hope that it continues to grow and blossom and provide an even bigger community connection as in the future.
Yes. And I just want to thank the community, so far for all the support you provided, especially Don Mills for, all the support, and for you for helping me help get the word out. And, as broad as we are, we have, we've done a really good job at, creating this program so far. And I hope it continues to just continue to build. And if there's anybody out there that has any feedback or anything that they could do to help, us along the way, I'd be more than happy for feedback.
And again, don't forget to go to yourdailylocal.com, click on the Coffee and Connections post for Amy, and then you can fill out the survey. Links will be there. Her contact information will be there as well if you want to learn more information about community connections here in Warren. So that'll about wrap it up for this episode of Coffee and Conversation. Again, Amy, thanks so much for taking some time with us and explaining this great program. And thank all of you for taking some time out of your weekend to watch. We'll be back with another episode of Coffee and Conversation in the very near future. For Amy Sandberg, this is Brian Hagberg on your Daily Local, saying thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your
Here at Casella, we make temporary dumpster rental easy, offering services that are perfect for construction, remodeling, special events, or other short-term projects. Casella dumpsters are available in a wide range of sizes to fit any job. Our dedicated customer service team will help you choose the right size container and service level for your project and schedule hassle-free removal based on your specific needs. The right size dumpster, when you want it, where you want it, removed when